Sunshine.
Me?
Rainbow.
Me?
Mr. One Key.
Yeah.
The guy who's been there for most, if not all of us here. Always been the silver lining. Given 100% of himself to this place. Over 30 years? 31 years. Personally.
There we go.
To my hero.
Yeah. Oh, come on,
who I followed since the day I've been born. There's that analogy. What is it? The rose that comes out of the concrete. That was him.
Okay, man. Wrap it up.
Today isn't the time or the place, but we could definitely share some stories.
Yeah.
And he's always been that positive light. He's brought that to his job here at SPU. With Jeff, and you guys have worked together for a long time. We've got a lot of stories. I'm sure we can get into that after this. But as we always do,
you got to read it, though.
I'll read it.
That's what I couldn't do.
And I think I can safely say that, this is from everybody here and everybody who has ever come in contact with you here at SPU. Who doesn't he know here within the city? I run into people all the time who, know you. So here's what it says. To our brother, for 30 years of good days, challenging days, problem solving, and hard work. Seattle Public Utilities thanks Darrin, who we like to affectionately call DB, or Uncle D. Darrin DB Brown, for his professionalism, his dedication. I'm going to say that again, his dedication, his leadership, his patience. There's a quote by Confucius, and I think this really does embody Uncle D.
Hold up, before you say that, could you chill the Denzel out a little bit?
So, wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. So when we think about that, wisdom, compassion, courage. Jeff, you work with this man more than anybody.
Yep.
Is that DB?
Dead on. Couldn't say it better.
So from SPU, from all of us, man, with love, with deep love, this is for you.
One, two.
Thanks, Ray. I read that yesterday. I was like, there's no way in the world I'm getting through that. So yeah, like Ray said, as we look around the room, or I look around the room, I've been here 32 plus years. I was on his interview panel when we hired him 30 plus years ago.
He didn't want me.
There's a story to that. We happened to hire two guys the same day, right? So they came in one morning. We were in the main building over there at the time. I was the lead, right? So there's another lead. And one of the other guys we hired is 6'6", big dude, right? And then Darrin. So our boss at the time said, Jeff, who do you want? I said, I'll take the big guy. I got the big guy. And so I worked with Vic for about 2 weeks. He called in sick. I got an opportunity to work with Darrin, and we worked together in the truck for like 12 years when we were in the field. So yeah, we've been co-workers for 30 plus years, but we've been friends for just as long. And I lost a brother a while back, and he kind of filled the void for a long period of time. We've been through some ups and downs, babies being born, marriages, divorce, funerals. I mean, we've been through everything together. And there's a lot of people in this room, Louis being one of them, a lot of other people. We spent a lot of time together coming to this place, right? And this place provides for us and our families. And it also gives us the opportunity to create awesome friends, right? This is my second family. Everybody in this room is my second family. And I know he feels the same way. And I can't wait till, what is it, March?
Yeah.
Ish? March. When the pool's done, down there in Nevada. And we'll be down there sipping some cold beverage by the pool, talking about this place and other stories we shared together.
Yeah.
You will definitely be missed.
Thank you.
But you won't be forgotten. Everybody will be sharing stories and blaming you for things that are all screwed up. Must have been there. Must have been there. So another story, I'll shut up here in a minute and let everybody else talk. But because we did spend so much time together in the field, working together, Darrin shared, his family story with me, and he didn't have a dad growing up, right? And we'd be out there turning wrenches, and he was just like, "What are you doing, man?" It was like, he couldn't get the wrenches to do anything. I nicknamed him 10 Thumbs, because it looked like he was working with 10 thumbs, and then he grabbed a wrench. It's like, come on, dude. And he'd always blame, "I never had a dad, man. Nobody would teach me."
Hey, one time he said, grab me some pliers, so I wanted to say, here you go.
And, I'd spent a few years here prior to Darrin we had the opportunity to work on the old system, all the open reservoirs. Louis worked with us out there a lot, Kelly and other people. And we had the opportunity to see the old system go away as far as reservoirs go, and then all the new buried reservoirs. And working together, Darrin was like, "Hey, I got this, why don't we try it this way?" And I was like, "Great idea, we'll try it sometime, but not now. Maybe some other time we'll try it, So we just, it's been a pleasure. It's been a fun time. We call it work, but sometimes it's work, sometimes it's getting together, even though we're getting paid to do this. It's a special place for me. My time's coming up. I'll definitely miss this place. Gonna miss this guy. All right. Anybody else? Come on, I know somebody's got a story. I got one. Hey, this is the family presentation.
You might have known him for 30-something years, and he might have known him for however long he's been alive. I've known him longer than both of them. So we grew up together, and I'll tell you how special this guy is. Special to me, man. Because I grew up poor. We were about, 13 years old, so it's 40-something plus years, going on 50 since I almost known him. I seen Lil Ray when he was naked when he came home from so that's how long we've been known each other. Just sitting there in the living room. But I tell you how special he is, man. We've been through a lot. I've been in the hospital, almost didn't think I was gonna make it. Did a fundraiser for my family, my kids. I had 4 kids. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. Him and Jeff came to my rescue, their families. Jeff had this Santa Claus thing where they, help out families in need. I just moved over here from Samoa, and I had four little kids. My oldest was 6 or 7. My youngest was 2. So I didn't, I was pretty bummed out. I thought I wasn't gonna be alive. I had a heart problem. I was in ICU for 9 months. But back to how special he is. We grew up poor. I couldn't go a lot of places where, where my friends went. Didn't have, everybody got movie money and, stuff. This guy always covered me. I said, "Nah, I'm going home." He said, "Man, come on, I got you, man. Movies, going out, man, that's how special he is." And he done that not only for me, but I see him do it for a lot of people. He been there for everybody, doing fundraisers, helping poor families out. And that's how special he is to me. A special guy. A funny story. One time, me and him, we went way back. I think it was before I worked here, huh? We were drunk. We were coming back from nightclub.
As long as you say you were coming back to the reservoir.
Yeah. We stopped by Taco Bell. They used to have these 10 burritos for whatever, $5. So we get our 5 burritos for $5, and we used to get burritos. Anyway, he ate all that burritos. I was so drunk, I passed out. I had my burrito in my hand. He tried to grab my burrito while I was drunk. I said, slapped him in the mouth. He said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Man, that's not." I went back to eating my burrito. He was trying to steal my burrito while I was drunk. So, I got a lot more stories about, but I'm gonna tell you that. So. That was special. I'll get something else to share.
Growing up as a kid, a lot of my friends, they had idolized Michael Jordan or somebody playing sports or whatever it was. Man, he was the person that I looked up to. He was the person I saw as like a real hero, like somebody like I could actually touch and talk to and figure out how he got out of our situation into a better situation. And I remember going up to Roosevelt Reservoir as like a 10, 11-year-old kid, seeing you guys out there working. And then as I got older and was going to school, going over to Cal Anderson and see you guys up there thinking, and that's what I want to do. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to work for the city. I want to get back to the place that raised me, like I'm G. So thank you for inspiring me. Yeah, appreciate it. Love you, man.
I got one more story. You guys cracked up in this one. So when we were growing up, right, my mom, so everybody know how Storm parents are. They're ruthless, man. They, my mom uppercut me, 2x4 and everything. I spent the weekend with them. I got in trouble, didn't go to church and all that. Finally, I came home. He came with me. He was outside, and I was going in the house. I said, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble now." I said, "Man," he was behind me. All he heard was, my mom speaking some more and talking about Darrin this, Darrin Oofa. Said, "Get it," bad words. He knew those bad words. He's like, "Oh shit, man, we're in trouble." Next thing I know, I turn around. My mom's uppercutting me, stalking me, and punching me. I turn around, Darrin gone. We were running down the street. He said, all he heard was his name and bad words and some more, and he took off like that. I said, "Damn, man," he took off on me. Next day at school, he said, "Man, all I heard was bad words and Darrin this, Darrin."
All right. Anybody got anything else they want to throw him under the bus while we got a chance?
Yeah. There's just all heart, man. There's too many stories to say, but he was there for me when my mom passed and recently when my dad passed. So he's like a brother. Everything they're saying about him is true. All heart.
Yeah, well, being that we're talking about little brothers and big brothers, when I first came to the city, I got to work for Elm, and I knew that they were that crew and I was working for the other crew. So eventually I got to work with them in the reservoirs and, what Jeff was saying, that family, it's not who you're related to that gives you, how could I put it, like Ray was saying, a kind of fresh air, a different look, not to put you down or anything else, but to elevate you, educate you somewhat, and those, they know my stories, and we became really close. Closeness is a thing when it comes to work where you want to come to work, where you want to do actually more than what you've been doing normally. And Dee and Jeff brought that out. Hung out with Darrin when I was going through stuff, like Jeff was saying. There's things that you go through in life, beautiful, not so beautiful, but at the same time, Ohana is there. And Darrin is definitely in my high regard as far as somebody who's solid. You don't have to be the greatest person. You don't have to have the greatest intelligence. But when it comes to heart, you're smart. But when it comes to camaraderie and being there, being sincere, that kind of cuts all walls. That dialogue that you have with somebody in the time of need anchor at times will get you through things that you never know.
Right.
So I'm just saying that you are appreciated more than what you know.
And Darrin, as a leader, he's the man. He will help you and support you, and just by watching him work hard around the shop, you want to be with him. So he kind of inspired me, and I never wanted to let him down. And because of his work and his integrity around here, he made me a better person. Darrin.
Darrin, one of the first days on the job, Jeff says to me, he says, come on, we're going to go for a ride. And I jumped in the rig with Jeff and Darrin, and we went up to Bitterland. You guys were working on the reservoir. And then later in the day, Darrin brings up a bunch of cheeseburgers for all the guys, and that shows what kind of heart he's got. Darrin, I just want to say I appreciate your humor. You got to have humor. I love laughter, and you're good at that. And I just want to congratulate you on your retirement and many happy days in Vegas. And hopefully we'll meet somewhere again someday, okay? So congratulations.
All right, it's a little different. I'm a new guy. You guys have known him for a long time. We've passed in hallways. I'm John. When I first started here, I work in SCADA. I sit next to Henry.
I'm sorry.
You guys all know Henry. You guys all know Henry.
I love you.
Somebody broke into a station, sprayed a fire extinguisher everywhere. And there were some emails that went back and forth. And Henry perked up. And it was because of this man. I don't know what was happening or what was going on, but this man said, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. And that made Henry excited. Yeah. And for someone to make Henry excited by that, just being themselves and being just a generally good dude that's like, I don't know, whatever, let's just go get it done. Because I think Henry had to go change the screen and he didn't want to breathe in fire extinguisher, whatever. But as the days went on, the name stayed familiar, and I continued to see it and hear people talk about it, and to be in here and hear all these stories of people that have, number one, been at one place for so long and have so many stories with their coworkers. It feels really good to be part of that, and I'm a little bit regretful that I'm not going to get to work with someone like that. But at the same time, I'm still excited to be part of a family that's like this. This is really cool, and I feel like we're really losing somebody special. So, you know, congratulations, and thank you for what you've done and paved the way for other people and set examples like other people have mentioned. That's incredible to have a legacy and these stories and such camaraderie and family. So thank you and best wishes, man.
Come on, Pete. All right.
In case I cross lines and get somebody in trouble, it's off the record. This is the man who introduced myself and others to the gray area.
Easy now. Easy.
And this gray area allowed us all to work with everybody legally. And I appreciate every opportunity and what he's left behind. And for me, it's not a big deal because I'll go down to Vegas on a regular. Nothing to see him here in a couple of weeks, then again in February, May, so on and so on. So thanks for 30 years. Appreciate you. See you soon.
Come on, Pete. Come on, man.
Like John, I've known this guy a long time. I'm going to segue off of John's story. So this particular time when he was in the hospital, right? So John didn't like the hospital food. So John calls Darrin up, and this is when the cell phone first came out. This phone was like this big. Okay, hey man.
We're not really gonna like go into detail.
So anyway, get this call. He's like, we gotta get John some food. All right. So we go to Jack in the Box, we go to Diggs, we go to Taco Time. Okay. And the one thing that he really requested was like a vanilla shake. Okay. On the way there, we're eating all this stuff. You know, we're saving John's stuff, and all of a sudden we're close to the Mount Lake Bridge. We're at the University Hospital, and we're stuck in peak hour traffic. This guy, if you work with him, he has a spastic sphincter, right? You know what I'm saying? This guy, he eats, he has to go. This guy, all of a sudden, with no warning, I'm rubbing. This guy goes, Tim! He's like, Tim, I'm like, so now he's driving on top of the island. He's on top of the island. We get to the thing. We go through the bar. We run up. We park in the garage. And all of a sudden, he just runs. So I'm just like wiping myself up, and all of a sudden I can hear, Tim.
Oh, no.
So anyway, this is dedication. This is dedication. When we talk about dedication, we're gonna get this food. It's also out here, Tim. It's like, what, man? Where are you? Where are you, man? He was in the corner. He was in the corner, and I was like, got napkins? I'm like, all the stuff that I wiped myself up, that's all I had. So I was over like this. It's like, that it, man. Is that it? But
He was
anyway.
over 20 something at the time. It's okay.
I'll lose it if I don't laugh. Anyway, this guy introduced me to my wife, gave me a job, and that's had a tremendous impact on my
I'm not sorry.
life.
Oh, man. Hey, real quick, I got something real quick. So I always knew of DB. We used to play softball together, and DB was one of those guys that used to. Most people wear softball jerseys, and they got down to their elbow. And DB liked to cut his to show off his muscles, right? And so I think we were rivals, right? We were kind of rivals in softball. So I don't know. Me and him we knew each other, but we were rivals, right? So I kind of probably made some jokes of him because I think he used to shave his. Right? So I had some metrosexual jokes for him.
Hey, that's for you now.
I know. So anyway, I used to make jokes of him, but so I really never got to know him until I got to work with him. Long story short, now that I got to work with him, man, he's my brother. I love him. I appreciate everything he's done for me in my career and for everything he's done for the utility. I just wanted to make sure I say that.
I'll talk now. First off, John, I was actually going to come at everyone here. I was going to start off by shaking your hand because I have seen you, but I wouldn't know your name, so, but your family. And I actually dreaded this day for like 10 years because I have soft-eyed tear ducts. So I cry a lot, right? But, and wait, you do have to erase that part about. I was regretting this day, but you know what? It's not really about me because this right here is family, man. And when I come up to people or I tell them, yeah, I've been here 30 years, and I make it a point, I tell people, I've never had a bad day. And they just kind of laugh or look away, and I'm just like, I've never really had a bad day, 30 plus years. Every day, enjoyed my job, and like Jeff said, man, we come here, we're family, man. Like, I've cried to this dude probably over 30 times in my life, right? Divorces, births, celebrations, everything. But as a lot of things you guys have said here, it's not, just because I'm leaving, I'm not really gone, one, and two, this whole thing has already started. So this breakfast, monthly breakfast, whatever it may be, reach outs, and the never-ending want to just spread happiness and love, man. That's kind of what I'm about, and I see a lot of it in every single person here. So, and that's why I want to introduce myself to you, because I know everyone else, Now when I come see you, I'll say, what's up, John? Take me to lunch or something. But we're all good. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, man, and I'm ready to do this because, as Brian said, in the gray area, I like to think of it as dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. Whatever it is, right? What I do, next man up, next woman up. So thank all you guys. Love all of you. Put that in there, hey, spread that love right there.
Okay.
This love right here.
Hey, Darrin, you can do this.
Thank you guys.
All right, I think we're good. We're good.
That without crying.
The ball. That's the best one.
This is the best one. Actually, can you take a picture of that?